Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Moetivation, the show where we help you align your mind, your heart, your soul, and your body. My name is Moe Cassim and I will be your host through this Ramadan series. So I wish all our viewers a Ramadan Mubarak. It is wonderful to share this beautiful month with you, and it is an even greater honor to be able to share a little bit of the knowledge that I have when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to fitness, and when it comes to mindset. So let us dive into this, and let us share this journey, and let us embrace this journey, and let us understand that as we empty our stomachs out, it is time to fill our souls with the beauty that is Ramadan. Dr. Andrew Huberman once stated that there are 6 habits that are required for a human being to be healthy. And those 6 habits are nutrition, movement, light and dark, sleep, social connection, and stress management. And we're going to dive into each one of those and how in Ramadan we could use those to change our daily habits, to become the best versions of ourselves in this beautiful month, and then change those habits to go forward with it so that we can use it to understand ourselves, to become better versions of ourselves, and then to help all of those around us. A question that I get commonly asked, a question that I've been told about and spoken to about all of the time: what do I eat in Ramadan? Yes, I know it's the month where food is supposed to be the last thing on our mind, but as we know, it is the first thing and the only thing that's on our mind most of the time. But I'm here to tell you, that's not the way it should be. If we eat the things that are correct for us, it will be beautiful to understand what it can do for our body. It will be amazing to see the energy it gives us to do the ibadat that is required in this beautiful month. It will change our perception on the way we think. It will change our way of being, not just for this month, but for going forward as well. So let us dive into the nutrition of Ramadan and the importance of nutrition. Let me give you an example. If you were to drive a petrol car, you would not pour diesel into that car. You won't go very far. Actually, you might not even make it out of the filling station if you were to do that. So why would we put the wrong fuel into our body, especially in a month where the fuel that we put in has been limited? So we should put the correct fuel. And a lot of people feel, I can't eat a lot for Sehri, or I can't eat the right amounts of protein Sehri time, or I just can't even get up. All I want is a glass of water and a bit of dates, and that's it. And they expect to go 12 to 14 hours without the correct fuel. There is no way a human being can sustain that for 30 days without feeling depleted at some point. So let us start with the Sehri, the most important meal in my opinion in Ramadan, a meal that will nourish us for the rest of the day, for us to be able to enjoy our fasts, for us to be able to enjoy what we are and who we are while we are fasting. Remember this, and let this stick with you for the rest of Ramadan. Prioritize protein. Protein is the number one thing that we have to prioritize in Ramadan. And the reason for this is that without protein, our muscles will break down. And if our muscles break down, the fat then takes over, which slows the metabolism down. Once the metabolism is slowed down, our energy levels will be completely depleted. And this is why sometimes during the day, we get headaches and we feel that we can't carry on anymore with the work that is required for us during our busy days, even though it is the month of Ramadan. So during Sehri, I want everyone to look at their dishes in front of them and say, what is the protein that I can eat that is the best for my body? So, have yourself some eggs. Scramble it. Fry it. Not in too much of oil, not in too much of ghee as well. Fry those eggs. Boil those eggs. But put the protein into your body because it takes a longer time for your digestive system to break down protein than it does for any of the other macros such as carbohydrates and fats. So it is required that we put as much protein in our bodies as possible during sehri. Yes, and then have a khajur, have a date, eat it, let it go into your body so that you get the beneficial sugars that will give you energies and sustained energy for a period of time. And then I know we all go to the water. Let me hydrate as much as possible, because if I don't hydrate as much as possible, I'm going to feel dehydrated during the day. But have you ever noticed that when you drink a lot of water for sehri, it passes through your body by 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and you are already thirsty? That's because the way we're going about drinking our water sehri time is not the correct way that we should be doing it. Instead, add a pinch of Himalayan pink salts into your water and sip on that during your sehri. What that does is it then gets absorbed by the body, and it stays within the body for a much longer period of time without it passing through the body. In that way, you can handle the headaches. In that way, you can stay hydrated for as long as possible. And in that way, you will be able to have a much better fast for the 12 to 14 hours that we will be fasting. So be very mindful of the way we are taking in our liquids during sehri time. And of course, this goes without saying, zero sugars. We do not need sugars, especially at that hour of the morning. It will give us energy for a very, very short period, and then we'll completely collapse with it and try to get through an entire day when you are collapsed because you had a sugar high and then it came crashing down. So stay away from any sweet things during sehri time. Stay away from it completely. Stay away from fried things during sehri time. You do not want that oil in your body pulling you down. The reality is, when you have that much oil in your body, that is like putting diesel into a petrol car. And you won't go very far. And then imagine doing that for 29 or 30 days. And the amount that it adds up to by the end of the month. And we feel completely depleted as that goes along, because we're not fueling our bodies with the correct fuel. So prioritize your protein during sehri. Make sure that you put a pinch of salt in your water. Sip on that water and let it absorb into your body. Get the true benefit of eating the most nutritious foods possible before we embark on this beautiful fast that we have. And then start your fast. Have an amazing day. Feel great. Feel full of energy. Feel full of life. Have enough energy to go that extra mile with the ibadat, because most people search for what is easy. But the reality is that the giants, they search for a challenge. And for you, some of you, this might be a challenge. So search for that challenge and watch your body adapt in a beautiful manner to what you are putting into your body. And then it goes on, and we have this amazing day. And then it reaches the time of iftar. And a lot of women spend 2 hours before iftar already prepping for this beautiful meal that they want to put out there, and Allah reward all the women out there and all the men out there that are willing to do this and that are doing this. But are we fueling ourselves with the right foods again? Or are we just eating for the sake of filling our stomachs? The stomach is the first brain of the human body. And if we are going to fill it with unnecessary junk at a point where it had absolutely nothing in it for close to 14 hours, how do you think that brain is going to send signals to the rest of the body? When we break our fast, let's break it in a sunnat method. Let's eat our khajur. Let's take a sip of water. And the wisdom in that, science is only figuring it out now. The wisdom in that is that if you eat your khajur before you drink your water, as the khajur goes down and goes into your system and starts opening up the digestive system and the receptors for the digestive system, when you drink your water after that, it goes straight into your bloodstream and it allows you to get hydrated immediately. However, if we gulp a big sip of water before we even have that khajur, then we are not going to be as hydrated as we want to be. So let's be mindful of it. Let's take the date. Let's then drink the water. Read your salah, read your Quran, Enjoy the moment of iftar when your veins have been wet with the water. And then, 20 minutes later, come and sit down and eat a nutritious meal. Prioritize proteins, eat good carbs with it, and then watch how your body responds. You have fed it the right nutrients. You have fed it what it is required to have after a long day of fasting. You will have enough energy for the Taraweeh Salah at night. And then you will start enjoying every single moment. So if everyone can share this with me, let's start a movement called #Savories Must Fall. This is motivation, and let me motivate you.